Be ready.
Be ready.
We ready for ya. Are we recording?
I've been recording this entire time.
Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the season of what the. You want to take the intro?
Welcome back to.
I'll take the intro. Welcome to the Pacific Perspectives podcast. I am Nux Memes, joined as always by Kyler Mimamoto. Our teams played each other again, second time this season, last night. I have to say this one went a lot better. Do you want to give your thoughts on the game first?
To be honest, I couldn't watch the first half, but from what I understood, it was pretty typical Oilers hockey. They were making mistakes, but the Canucks weren't necessarily capitalizing on a ton. They were running a good power play, and Pickard was, surprise, not that good. Not that good. Surprise, guys. An AHL goaltender is actually an AHL goaltender. Who would have thought?
I think first part of the game, first period, shots were pretty even. It looked pretty even out there. The first mistake was Emberson went to go to Kane and left Besser wide open in the middle. I mean, I think you'd rather the puck be on Kane's stick at the boards than on Besser's stick in front of the net.
Oh, easily.
But Emberson just left. Kane, good pass. Kane's two most noticeable games this year have been against Edmonton. And he wasn't even noticeable the second half of the game at all. But did you see him like dangle your team for a second there?
When? I must not have seen it.
I think it was early second. He did the whole like toe drag between the legs thing and brought the puck to the net and everything.
He has random skilled moments sometimes, and he just reminds you why he was like a top draft pick, and he has all those points from so long ago. But then you remember he sucks.
Yeah, he has not been good. And there was a whole thing after the Canadiens game on Saturday of people on Twitter just calling for him to be traded. I half expected there to be a chant in Rogers Arena that's like, trade Evander. It didn't break out. There were other chants that broke out, but they were positive ones. Yeah, Kane made a good play there. I don't think it was bad that game. He's just been really bad in general. And people are still defending him. But I'm getting a lot of TikTok likes for hating on him, so that's fun. I'm getting something out of it.
That game was pretty kind of... It was a good like hockey game, but I was really expecting a bit more animosity between the two.
Yeah.
I think it's... The teams have kind of locked down and gone into all right, maybe we should win some games, especially the Oilers, but you know the Canucks are also kind of probably in that mode where the emotion isn't. The emotion is there for the scoring goals side, and I don't think it really swung either way for either team in this game. Like it was a pretty even game, and obviously it made it to overtime. So that's probably why we didn't see as much emotion in this one. Like they showed at the beginning of the game the Garland incident last season, and that was the last time they were in Rogers Arena, the Oilers. Nothing like that at all, not even close. Like I just think about watching the Canucks Oilers games for year over year. This year, and we're already halfway through it. I believe we play 4 times, not 3. Sometimes we play 3 because of how the Pacific is set up. But this one feels the most emotionless. The first one was just utter dominance by the Oilers, saved by Demko. This one was a really good hockey game. It was more even. The Canucks win it in overtime. Sherwood, good performance. But again, literally no physicality that I saw.
Yeah, no, it wasn't crazy. I mean, I don't think people were rushing the net. No reason for post-whistle scrums. And I think you're right that like these teams kind of just wanted to win a game. Canucks were coming into this game having lost 3 in a row, dipped under 500. Losing this would put them at 4-6, and I don't think they wanted that at all. So even with all the people they were missing, which I'll get into, they definitely just wanted to win the game. They had to especially lock in because they were missing so many players, because we were so shorthanded. And you guys right now, I mean, you're missing Hyman, Henrique, right? And
no, Henriksen, he's just doing absolutely nothing.
Oh, right, no, Janmark.
Kapanen.
Who, whatever. Cabinet, sure. Yeah. I mean, you guys are missing Hyman,
We're not
which
missing
is a
anyone
big.
besides Hyman if we want to
Yeah.
make it simple.
We lost Quinn Hughes. We are missing Hoglander. We've been missing him all year so far. Lecker Mackey, Philip Hedel, our 2C, Teddy Bluger, Derek Forbert, our probably best defensive defenseman, and then we lost Victor Mancini in the middle of the game. So we have no one. We've lost half our roster in the past like week. That game against Washington took out three of them at once, which is brutal. And losing Hedel is so bad. Reichel, I think, I mean, he's not a 2C. He's not even really a center. I like it a lot more that he's in that role rather than us putting Max Sass in there, though. I
Yeah.
That's at least an improvement. I think Reichel being in that second line center role with the absences we have doesn't look good, but it makes the rest of the lineup look more in order because you have that Abbotsford line on the fourth line. You got the third line, O'Connor, Ratu, Sherwood. I mean, O'Connor should be a fourth liner, but that's life with all the injuries we have. And I mean, Reichel wasn't too bad yesterday. He had so many chances and he just couldn't bury one, which was kind of frustrating.
I liked it. He had
Yeah,
that chance after the Oilers tied it up on the one timer, and I mean, it went way wide. But you can see that he's going to the right areas. I don't know what his minutes
yeah.
were, but I didn't really think about it before it happened. I mean, I think everyone forgot about Reichel, frankly, after like a couple weeks of him being rumored. But if he were good in hindsight, if he were to go to a team, it makes the most sense by far for him to have gone to Vancouver. He was rumored to go to like Carolina and Edmonton. That makes absolutely no sense because they already have 15 NHL forwards and they can't even find a place for all 15 of them. Like the Oilers are regularly scratching guys like Philp who have 2 goals. Makes no sense. But yeah, adding Reichel to that group would make little to no sense. But on Vancouver, he can easily step into the top 6 when there's all these injuries, and it's already a thin forward group as it is.
Yeah, well, like if we're at full strength, there's definitely competition for the bottom lines, but obviously no stars. Reichel has a probably surefire spot in the lineup, no matter what. I thought he looked good yesterday. I thought he looked a lot better yesterday than against Montreal, and it's going to be nicer to see him tomorrow because he hasn't even skated with the team yet. He like just got off a plane, got thrown in to the lineup at 2C, centering Evander Kane. I'm excited to see what he can do tomorrow. He's already like in the game against Montreal, his first game as a Canuck. He already hit the top speed for a Canuck so far this year, and that's nice to see because we have a lot of slow guys on our team, and now we're missing Philip Hedel, who's very fast. So we've replaced him for now with someone who's even faster. And that's cool. I like Reichel. I don't think he's going to provide us a whole lot, but I think he's a worthwhile addition to this team. He's young, worth a chance, fourth round pick. I don't know why people were mad at it.
Yeah, I as a Chicago fan, you cannot expect to have gotten anything out of this. I mean, Reichel has done literally nothing in his NHL career. He is many years removed from his draft, and
Well,
as every year, it's like buying a new car. Every year that goes by, you lose like 20% of your value.
it's not. He hasn't done absolutely nothing because in his first year, the 23 games, he had 15 points, and he had like this crazy
Oh
stretch
yes,
where
yeah.
he was just like he did stuff then, but that was a long time ago. They
I,
aren't
I,
going to
I
get that
bought
rep
into his
again.
stock right there, and
Yeah,
boy,
yeah, but I think he was even making some good plays in the defensive zone too. I I, I don't want to judge him too harshly off the first 2 games. I think he was doing a lot to show promise in the Edmonton game, and I'm happy. I'm excited to see him more settled in tomorrow. Hopefully, now that he will have a chance to really get to know the team, get to know the system,
yeah.
find his spot. So
If he
yeah,
can't hit his potential in Vancouver, where there's just like they've got elite wingers to play with him, he has a free position at 2C for at least I'd say a few weeks. If he can't catch fire here, I got to think it's not going to happen for him as an NHL career.
I really want to see him on the wing with Hedel, which obviously is not something that can happen right now, but that would be such a fast, explosive line. And I think if Hedel can play hockey again, I would want to see that very bad because I think it would be so
Yeah,
cool
his
to see
brain
them
is mush,
together.
buddy. It's all right. It's finished.
We'll see. I don't know if we've gotten any news on him yet.
It's
You
a
talk about
concussion.
something and I'll figure this out.
It's a concussion. Oh, you're searching up? Okay. Oh, you know what we should talk about? You're going to have to chime in, buddy. So, the Montreal game. So, they basically completely dominated this Western road trip, the Montreal Canadiens. All their guys are looking very good. I don't know if I'm fully buying into the fact that they're like the first in the league. That's obviously not sustainable. They might be a top 10 team at the end of the year. Like there's a slight chance. But they came into Edmonton and they really were just kind of running the show. They weren't getting all of their great chances on net, and I think that's ultimately why they didn't lose. We'll discuss that. But they were obviously dominating the Oilers, and I understand a lot of Habs fans really feel like they deserved that game, and I'd agree with that. I think the expected goals was like way in their favor. The deserve to win a meter was absolutely going to be in their favor. But at the end of the game, the Oilers had no momentum. They were dead in the water. It was 5-3, like right off the rip in the third period. They had given it away in the second. Caufield scores 2 goals, dances around Bouchard, dances around Ekholm. Skinner, not helpful. I don't even know if it was Skinner or Pickett or that. They both suck. I don't even care anymore. But it got away from them in the second, and then it got even worse in the third. They immediately score, and there's like 10 minutes left, and they take a pretty ticky-tack tripping call that it is tripping, but if McDavid doesn't kind of exaggerate it a bit, and I do believe he does because most stars in the league have to get that call. It's a stupid thing, but it happens. But it's a tripping call nonetheless. They score on that call. And then Tom Wilson shoots the puck out of the net, and it looked like that's all he did. And they immediately were giving him an unsportsmanlike. And even the Oilers' complete homer play-by-play, Jack Michaels and Louis DeBrusque were like, how is that unsportsmanlike? And especially, it's not unsportsmanlike 10 minutes, throw him out of the game. It's unsportsmanlike. It's a minor, so they have another power play after they just grabbed the momentum, and it's a 1-goal game. So that's a pretty tough call. However, and this is what people do not understand. He was straight up lipping the ref, and he was tapping his stick going, yeah, way to go, buddy. I think that's essentially what he said. Maybe some swears thrown in there. It's hockey language. But that could totally be an unsportsmanlike. I don't understand why people are acting like that's somehow some rigged thing. It's absolutely an unsportsmanlike if you're going to talk to a ref like that. And it's Josh Anderson, who's a complete vet of the game. He's played for 10 years now. He knows how to act against these officials. He knows if he's going to act like that, especially right after a goal, and do not just say things, but actually like act physically. I know he's not like swinging his stick at him, but you threw a puck at the ref, and then you're tapping your stick on the ground. It's just so immature. And I completely understand why they threw down the gavel and they gave him 2 minutes there. I personally, even then, I would have given him the 10 and just thrown him out of the game instead of having that actually affect the game. But the response afterwards, because the Oilers tie it up on the power play, of course they do. And then Podkolzin scores the game-winning goal. By the way, at 5v5, it wasn't on the power play. I'm sorry, Montreal. It was on 5v5, not on the power play. Obviously, they don't even get to that point if they don't get those 2 almost free power plays. But still, you gave away the game. Penalty kill better. You had killed off 3 penalties before then. Kill off a few more. And afterwards, Caufield speaks to the media. Gallagher speaks to the media as well, and he says, yeah, the refs kind of lost it. But then Caufield speaks to the media, and he says, the refs lost the game for us. Word for word. That's what he said. The refs lost the game for us. You don't say that. I don't care if they literally kicked it into the net, invented a new rule that said all Montreal Canadiens have to lose this game all the time. You don't blame the ref. That's that's a bit of an exaggeration, but you know what I mean.
Um, this is it's pretty funny coming from you, to be fair. And also, I mean, literally last year, let's be clear, the Oilers in that game against the Canucks, which we talked about, were blaming the refs for the situation that got McDavid suspended. The Oilers
Oh
released a
yes.
statement about the about McDavid being suspended. Your team bitches about this too. Like it's not a
But
crazy
they
thing.
McDavid did not say the officials lost us the game. They might have said
Okay,
the
they
same
were
thing as
still
Gallagher,
bitching.
where he says, "Yeah, the refs like lost control of the game and they affected the outcome." Caufield straight up saying, "If the officials didn't mess up, we would have won." That's
Okay,
just
well, it's kind of
immature.
true, huh? I think in a spot of the game, late in the game, close game, you can't call a penalty because your feelings are hurt. That feels like definitely taking
They
the
do it
game into
all the
your own
time.
hands.
They do it all the time. It's stupid.
No, I wish we had the stat on how many unsportsmanlike calls happened in the last. When did it happen in the game?
It happened, I'd say. I mean, I gotta check. Hold on. I want to say it was at the 7 minute mark. 7 minutes left in the third period.
Yeah, no, that's way too late in the game to call that. Yeah, it's. Do you
That's
think
what I'm
that ever
saying.
gets called in?
Calling it a minor that's going to actually affect the game is like it is dumb. It's a stupid call. It just is. I'd say they throw him out of the game and that's whatever. But not a
Never
minor.
get called in the playoffs. To be clear, never ever would that ever be called in the playoffs.
I've seen it called in the playoffs.
Yeah, when
I can't give you an exact moment, but it's
with 7 minutes
absolutely
left in a close game.
no, not in that situation. No, no
Yeah,
way.
there we go.
But again,
That's what I'm saying.
do Oilers fans, you'll remember Game 3 in Florida. Game 3 in Florida. The Panthers completely blew us
What
out
year?
last year when we lost in 6.
24, 25.
20, 25.
Okay.
Yeah. Game 3 in Florida, I believe the Panthers won 5-1. It wasn't even close. It wasn't a close game. But there was a play where Podkolzin got tripped up on the board, like clear as day, and that's whatever. That goes uncalled sometimes in the playoffs. It's not the end of the world. And then the ref literally kicks the puck out to a Florida player, and then it's a 2-on-1 and they bury it. So, and that's in Game 3 of the Cup final in a tied game, in a tied series. Like Habs fans, this is more to talk about the response from Habs fans. They acted like this was the genuine end of the world. Like, I love HFTV, but they were yelling over a regular season game against the Oilers when they were already like 7-2 on the season. It's just
You know what's so funny? I went on HFTV's live stream after the game against the Canucks, and they said they asked me about that, and they said if you joined, they would have tried to add you to the live. Can you imagine the hell that would have
oh
caused? Your
god, no,
DMs
that
would have been filled with angry Habs fans.
yeah, it would be bad. It would be bad.
I
It was
do
already
think it's
bad as it
something-
is.
I think in the heat of the moment, it's definitely something to be annoyed by. Like I'd be annoyed
Absolutely.
by that. It's gonna be something that fades over time, though. Like maybe next time the Habs and Oilers play, people will be like, "Oh, remember?" Maybe the refs won't give the Oilers the game this time. But I don't think it's anything that deep, you know.
I don't know. Just from what I was seeing, and I'm off Twitter now, so I'm sure it was much, much worse on there. But
Oh yeah.
just from
Well,
what
that's
I was
Twitter. That
seeing,
doesn't count.
yeah. I mean, that's just the extreme no matter where you go. But from what I was seeing, it was a genuine, like, Bettman has to be exposed. Like, the Oilers' favoritism has gone too far. Like, stuff like that. And it's just, are we serious right now, guys? And I understand it's mostly just whatever fans. Like, but there were so many. It was everybody who was talking about how this was a genuinely unfair, different rule book. I just didn't think it. Maybe it's because we've been to the finals twice and the regular season really doesn't matter anymore. But it's extreme. It's extreme for a call that was bad, but not the worst I've ever seen.
Sure. Yeah. Whatever keeps you happy, man.
I wish you
Let's
had
see.
watched that game because it was really good.
Yeah, I wonder what I was probably at work or something, or maybe the Canucks were playing at the same time. What it was a Thursday?
I don't think the Canucks were playing. It was Thursday. Yeah,
Thursday the Canucks did play, but I think that game was later. I was at my mom's, so that's
probably,
probably why I
probably.
didn't see it. Canucks lost a
Anyways,
terrible game that day. That was awful. It was against Nashville. We lost 2-1.
oh,
They just looked so dead. They got outshot 35-22 by Nashville. Our
ugh.
game against the Habs on Saturday was pretty good. We outshot them 31-24, which I always like when we outshoot a team because we don't do that often. I think we looked good in that game, and I think we deserved better than we got, but unfortunately, Kevin Lankinen was in net for us that day, and Evander Kane also decided that he didn't want us to win the game. Besser almost tied it with like 10 seconds left, man.
I did
Oh,
watch
it
that
would have
game.
been
That
beautiful.
it was a really good one. Anytime the Habs are in town on the West Coast field trip, not field trip,
Yeah.
road trip, it's always fun.
Yeah, I think they played well in that, and the Canucks carried that over to Sunday. If they lost both those games where they were playing both those games so well, even while missing so many players, I would have been so pissed. Like, it's so hard right now because I can't be mad at a lot of them. I'm mad at Kane, obviously. I'm mad at Lankinen. Myers was terrible yesterday. But they've been playing so well these past two games, even without some key players. And it's hard to be mad that they're 5-5 right now. Because really, like, oh, if we were healthy, we're we're probably really good right now. Like 5-5 while missing all of those players is crazy. We were 4-2 before we lost Hedel and Leckermacky and Bluger in the same game. Like if we were healthy, I bet we're 7-3 right now or something. It is quite nice that we don't have an overtime loss so far this season because that was
The Oilers
haunting me
have
last
two.
year. Yeah,
This
it's
used to be
crazy.
our thing that we would. I think
Yeah.
the furthest we got into a season without an overtime loss was like 48 games, and we were almost the last team. And every season I would always love to see because they were so good in overtime, and usually they were money in the shootout. That's not true anymore at all. I don't think they even tried in overtime. I mean, they put Darnell Nurse out in overtime over Jake Wallman, literally one of the best overtime players in the league. And you put out Darnell. He's so bad. He's so
I'm
bad,
actually
man.
I'm pretty confident that last year the last team to lose a game in overtime was Colorado. And now this year they've already lost 4 in their first 10
Oh
games
my
in overtime.
gosh.
They're 5-1-4, which is pretty crazy. I mean,
Col-
with the tools they have, you'd think they'd be built for that, and they were
yeah.
last year. But this year they just keep losing in the
Even
extra
making it
time.
to extra time 4 times out of 10 is pretty impressive
Yeah.
at this
I
point
wonder
in
if
the
they
year.
have a Oh no, they don't have an overtime win. So yeah, it is the 4 times.
Vegas
Um
too. They have 3 with Eichel
yeah.
and
No,
Marner.
I think a couple of those were oh, they did lose their last one. I think they started off losing 2 of their first 4 in overtime. Um I also want to point out while I'm looking at this, Utah is 8-2 right now.
Yep.
They're second in the NHL.
Yep.
I think I was really, really right about them. They're on a 7-game win streak. They
Their offense is a little unsustainable, and by a little, I
well,
mean a lot. I mean, Nick Schmaltz is first in league in points. I
yeah,
don't think
I
you
was
need the
gonna say
analytics to tell you.
I don't think Schmaltz is gonna do that all year, but I don't think it's unsustainable. Like their top 6 is one of the best in the league. I thought that going into the season. I don't even has Paterka even really done anything so far?
Not really, no. Like I think he has like 3 or 4
9
goals,
points. Okay,
just
no,
whatever.
he's actually fine. He's at 9 points. What's Hayton doing? Hayton sucks.
Yep.
He's a 2C. But yeah, Schmaltz, Keller, Cooley this week killed it for me in fantasy. So shout out to Logan Cooley, a natural hat trick. I think he ended with, I think he had 5 goals and 2 assists in 2 games. Like, what the hell
The
happened
the
there?
game the game before, I was fielding offers for Crosby in one of my fantasy leagues, as you know. Someone offered me Cooley and Holloway for Crosby, and I was like, hell no, because that was before he did all this. I still would say no to that. But man, if I had taken that offer, I would have won my week. I did not.
Rory told me that if I accept Boldy for Crosby, it will be vetoed because you think Crosby sucks according to him.
I didn't say that.
I
I didn't say that.
I also have a trade. I have one trade request in our league right now. It is incoming players Pavel Dorofeyev
Okay.
and outgoing players Connor McDavid. Do I accept?
I think you should accept it because Pavel Dorofeyev has like 9 times more goals than McDavid. So
I wouldn't even mind having Dorofeyev. He is averaging more points right now, to be fair to him. I think I don't know if I'd do that particularly.
that's a Logan
but
trade offer if I've ever seen one.
Dorofeyev, I wish I had gone after him in the draft because it was so obvious that he was going to be scoring around that, like in that on that Vegas lineup.
He'll fall off.
He's the only guy who's going to score, and they have so many guys who are such good playmakers that felt obvious.
Do you want to
How's
talk
your
about
season
how
going so
bad
far?
the Oilers suck?
Well, hang on. I want to stay on fantasy for a second. We're
Oh,
actually
fantasy?
so far through the first 3 weeks, I have 0.99 more points than you. That's crazy.
0.99? How's that even possible?
0.99, like decimal 99.
I didn't even know
We
they
are
tracked
within.
like one's place.
Well, it goes to the 100th. So
How is
you're
my playoff
or-
percentage 38%?
you fucking
I'm
read.
I have like the most points in the league.
No, you don't. I just said I have more than you.
I'm third and I'm fourth in the league in points out of 20, and it's a 12-team playoff.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'm
I think you
fine.
have the. Oh my god. Okay, you don't have the most points against. I have a 98% chance at playoffs. So, hallelujah. It's great. Thank you, Logan Cooley. Thank you, Shane Pinto. Thank you, Brendan Dillon, for some reason, and
Yeah.
thank you, Penguins goaltending for
Brendan
some reason.
Dillon, what's going on there? Simone
don't
Nemeth
know.
had 3 assists. Like, what is wrong with these Devils defensemen?
Dillon has 5 points in 9 games. He's a +6. I also have Gritsuk, and he has been very good so far, considering, like, you think of Russians that come over from the KHL, and it's really, like, hit or miss.
Shiplikov.
Because some of them will just go crazy, and some of them will just, be awful. And I mean, Devils fans know about that.
Yeah.
Gritsuk so far has been pretty good. 6 points in 9 games, and he's a fun guy. He has a fun personality.
The Gritsuk Telegram
Like-
arc is like one of my favorites of this decade. It's so good. It's so wholesome. He's such a
He
good
reminds
guy.
me of Kuzmenko.
He does, yeah.
Anyway, what were we going to talk about? We can go off fantasy now.
I was going to talk about how the Oilers... I wanted to tie it into that Vancouver game. Because do you remember that overtime winner? The Sherwood one? I'm sure you do. It happened 10 hours ago.
Why would I not Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever seen a worse overtime winner? And I'm sorry. I love Sherwood, even as an Oilers fan. But, like, that shot should not go in. It just shouldn't. It just shouldn't.
It was honestly a good tip, though.
It was a good tip, but even then, he barely tipped it. Like, Pickard wasn't even
down.
close. He wasn't even close to getting it. And it's just, I don't think Skinner saves it either. And it's very clear that these two goalies are not working. One, Connor Ingram, is not going to save that. So I don't need to sit here and tell you that the Oilers need a goalie. I think everyone in the league knows that. There's still if you go to like Oilers Nations or Oilers comment sections on Instagram, there are still people genuinely defending them. They're saying, "Oh, well, what about the defense?" And we're giving up 25, 26 shots a night, and they're mostly low danger. In the Seattle game, I believe we gave up like 23, 24 shots. Pretty like solid defensive game. But even among those shots, there were really only 3 or 4 real scoring chances. All of them went in. And that's the issue here, is every time the Oilers give up a 2-on-1, an odd man rush, any chance with numbers or any chance in tight, it goes in. Unless there is like meaningful coverage on a passing angle and like the goalie can just focus on the shooter, which is actually what the Oilers have done on those 2-on-1s with like Bouchard and Nurse just randomly lying down. It kind of works, But again, if they get it on net, it goes in. That's the issue with Edmonton's goalies. They only give up so many high danger chances. They're actually giving up the third least amount of high dangers in the league. Colorado's number one. But that's very clearly not their issue if you watch the games. Nurse has been bad, but he hasn't been like awful defensively. It's more so offensively. And around all of the defense, if they make a little mistake, it's whatever. If it goes in, then it's the end of the world. Ekholm got danced around by Kiefer Sherwood.
Kiefer Sherwood has hands.
That was
he
a
does
nice
that
goal.
sometimes.
That was a nice goal.
It was.
It was a nice goal.
I think the worst goal that Pickard allowed was the first one. It was the Brock Besser one. Besser
Easily.
didn't even really do much.
Yep.
Just shoveled it to the net. I don't know how that got through. Like I wanted to compliment Besser for it, and I mean I can because he clearly knew who was in net for the Edmonton. But that's got to be saved. Besser didn't do anything.
I don't know.
He
Well,
did like the bare minimum and got it through. But I wait. First of all, before you go on your rant again, and while I've mentioned Brock Besser, what a game by him. That one
he
was
looks
for his
good.
dog.
He looks really good.
That one was for Cooley for sure. His dog. His dog passed away last week, which is why he missed some time. That was definitely a performance for him. 1 goal, 2 assists. I love when Brock Besser's on his game, and I mean he fucking hates Edmonton. It's really fun.
Yeah, I don't know. Every time I see him, he looks really good, and then I check his stat line, and he's got like 2 points on the year. That's usually how it goes.
Well, they showed the graphic on the Sportsnet Pacific broadcast that in the past 3 years, Brock Besser's goals against Edmonton are the 4th most for any player against a single team. The first is Matthew Nyes against Tampa, which is crazy. Matthew Nyes just fucking hates Tampa.
That's weird. That's really weird.
The second is Matthews against Buffalo, and the third is Draisaitl against the Canucks. And Draisaitl scored 2 yesterday. So Leon Draisaitl versus Brock Besser is the greatest rivalry ever in terms of players, and they're evenly matched always, I swear.
Is number 1 Draisaitl against the Predators?
No, it was Nyes. I don't know what Draisaitl against the Predators would be. I don't remember the exact graphic, but I know it was Nyes, Matthews, Draisaitl, and then Besser.
I'm reasonably certain he's got like 2 points per game against the Predators. He's straight Chris Hansen with it, but
goals though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
there was a time where every time we'd go into Nashville, we'd get like 8 or 7 goals, and Draisaitl would have 2 of them.
But he would play. He plays Vancouver more, so that is probably.
It's total.
Why. What else would it be?
Oh, I thought it was like per game. Well, yeah, because they only play the Predators 3 times instead of 4.
Nyes has 10 against Tampa. Matthews has 9 against Buffalo. I think Draisaitl and Besser are both at 8 against the other one's team.
Yeah.
I think Draisaitl might actually be
that adds up.
Now. I remember.
But anyway.
Yeah, it's just total.
Going into the Oilers' struggles, because I'm sure even Vancouver fans are a little curious what's going on here.
No.
Oh, okay. It's not the defense, once again. It's the exact same story as last year. Actually, it's a little different. This year, they are not generating offense. There's a very simple reason for this. It's because McDavid and Draisaitl are not doing anything 5v5, and nobody else on the team gets ice time, even strength. So there's your answer. But really, it comes down to Knobloch changing the lines. No exaggeration, every single period. He even said, these are going to be the lines that we're sticking with going forward, like Howard and Mangiapane with McDavid, Podkolzin and Savoy with Draisaitl, which I really liked. And then he changed them for the Vancouver game, and he hasn't gone back to it. So he lied about that. And when you change the lines this often on a team that has 7 new forwards and 2 mainstays from last year, Hyman and Janmark, out. You just signed Roslovic, so that's even more new forwards. They haven't had any time to mesh together. You can see every time that Mangiapane's playing with McDavid, they've got that raw skill. You can see that eventually they're going to work it out, but Mangiapane's usually like an inch off. His passes don't go exactly where you want them to be, and that's to be expected when you've had like a couple periods of playing time together. If you just stick with it, and you can see a little bit of chemistry building every single time, things will eventually work out. I don't think the Oilers are going to be 20th in expected goals for the rest of the year. That just probably doesn't add up on a team with McDavid and Draisaitl. And not even McDavid and Draisaitl. They have so much talent at forward that's not McDavid and Draisaitl. Savoy looks amazing. He doesn't have like any points because he's not playing, but he genuinely works his ass off and he looks amazing out there. And for the Vancouver game, he was playing on the fourth line with completely new teammate with completely new line mates. So Knobloch is starting to piss me off. People are talking about, fire Knobloch, trade Ekholm, trade Bouchard, trade Nurse. I'd love to trade Nurse, but it's not possible. Like, it's impossible. Nobody's taking his cap hit, and he has a no-move clause, so that's not happening.
Maybe you'll give Isaac Howard with him or something.
No.
Savoy.
It's not happening. Again, he has a no-move. Why would he leave one of the best teams in the league where he has a prominent role with his best friends?
Well, maybe you should start harassing him more, and then he'll want out. Are you blocked by Nurse?
No, I'm not, because he doesn't manage his social media, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He doesn't care. I imagine he's probably used to it. That is probably one of the most hated guys by their own team in the league. I honestly...
Do you know what Evander Kane is one of them too now?
Well, he hasn't been there for 10 years now.
No, but it's actually impressive that Evander Kane is already up there after 10 games.
Yeah. I give it a year.
Do you know... Can you name the 3 Canucks I'm blocked by?
Kane? Tyler Myers?
I'm really nice to Tyler Myers.
Is it someone young?
No. Do you want me to just give it to you? We don't have to waste time on this.
Okay, give it to me.
It's Kane, Demko, and Garland. And
I was going to say Demko.
I don't know. I have no idea what I did to Garland, to be clear. I know what I did to the other 2. But it is quite funny that the 3 guys who have me blocked on the team are the 3 most MAGA guys.
I was going to say.
It really makes me feel better about it.
Chad Communist Nucks memes just dominates MAGA Kane.
I honestly have no idea what I did to Garland. I'm not like as big a fan of his as a lot of Canucks fans are, but
have you ever mentioned him like by his Instagram handle?
No, I don't. I don't at the players like ever, other than like Quinn Hughes when I got his number tatted on my ass. I don't ever tag them, which is why I was confused that I got blocked by Demko, because like I was shit talking him a couple years ago. I know like exactly when I got blocked, but I didn't tag him in anything. I just was posting about how bad he was because he was bad. So it's weird. It's weird that they
not doing anything different than anyone else. Why'd he single you out?
Probably because I have a lot of followers.
Makes sense. We already talked about this last episode, but Kane is such a baby. I think I added him maybe a year ago at this time, and he instantly blocked me, like within 5 minutes of the post being created.
It really doesn't take much.
To be fair, I was completely baiting him because I knew he was going to do that, because he personally manages his social media and he's on there and he's blocking people all the time. It's a known thing. Like, he blocked you, obviously, but he's just such a baby. As a player, come on.
I want to see his blocked list because it has to.
It's extensive. It's extensive.
It's got to be crazy, man. And the Canucks decided to get him off your hands. So, always helping out Edmonton. First gave him Podkolzin and then took away Kane.
Man, Podkolzin's been really good this year.
I think if Edmonton does win a Stanley Cup, Patrick Allvin should get a ring.
Maybe. I mean, I feel like if we win a cup, it'll be with Evander Kane's savings, and Podkolzin will have been a really big part of it.
Yeah. And then, maybe we'll give you Lankinen, too. You can have Lankinen.
I'm actually good.
No, you can have Lankinen.
No, I'm okay.
He's
actually, come to think of it, he's better than Skinner.
He is better than those guys. He just sucks. He still sucks, but I mean, behind Edmonton, I think he'd be better. He'd definitely be better than your 2 goalies, but I think he'd be better than he is on Vancouver.
Well, we're going to be waiting a while for the Connor Ingram call-up. He hasn't been amazing. He played 2 games in the AHL. One was really good. One was really bad. He's still fighting it. I'm really cheering for that guy. Not only because we have absolutely no other hope in net, but I truly care for the guy. He's a good one.
Yeah, I would like to see him get a look because it can't be any worse, really.
Surely
I,
he
I
gets a
think
look somewhere. I mean, especially if they keep struggling like this, whether or not it's the goalie's fault, it is. But whether or not it's the goalie's fault, they got to switch something up, and I don't think a Matthias Janmark trade is gonna do that.
we need to send Kevin Lankinen anywhere else and get that cap relief and call up Nikita Tolopilo because Tolopilo is just better.
Why'd they trade Seelovs? I, I
I can kind of see why that was the decision. It had to be one of the goalies had to go because Loves would have had to go through waivers. He would have gotten claimed for free, obviously. So they had to pick one of them. Obviously, I'm picking Loves to be the backup. No, don't trade Demko. Keep Loves. Get the fuck out. Lankinen, that contract, good God, get him out of here. I think the reason they chose the path they did is because there's always a very good chance that Demko will be injured and be out for a while. And at a time like that, I can see why they would want Lankinen to be the long-term starter for a period of time over Shelovs because Lankinen is more used to the NHL level. Shelovs has not proved himself there yet. And Lankinen did do well stepping up for Demko last year for a little bit. I still think it was the wrong choice easily because Shelovs is better and younger and less expensive. But I can at least understand why they did what they did. It's also kind of hard to move a contract that you just signed.
Yeah, I'd say it's I don't think anyone's paying for Lankinen at this point, to be honest.
That's also a bad look. But
Yeah.
they have been very quick to admit their mistakes in the past. Maybe the same thing will happen with Kane.
You know what? Again, I feel like Kane, if he doesn't like step up physically anytime soon, and maybe someone from management is gonna like, or the coaching staff is gonna say, "Hey, buddy, like, start hitting people." That's kind of what you were brought in here to do. He'll be on his
Yeah.
way out because they did not bring him here for his waning offense at whatever, like 40 years old he's at.
We didn't bring him in to go to dinner with Cash Patel.
No, no.
I called Cash Patel his boyfriend in one of my videos, and I got a comment on my post today that was really funny. It said, "Did you say Kane's boyfriend isn't in the audience?" And then he goes on to say, "I played hockey in the 60s, 70s, blah blah blah. Hockey's changed. It used to be hard hit. Now everybody lets McDavid dipsy doodle." I don't know how we got there from me saying Kane's boyfriend. I think he actually thinks Kane is gay because I said that.
And so he's hating on the.
So he's calling it soft. I really liked that comment. I thought it was really funny. I don't think it's supposed to be funny.
In,
Um. Anyway, I'm not homophobic. I said it. I said the comment I made in that video was not homophobic. To be clear.
That's hilarious
But
because
I
that
do
guy's
think they're
like
gay.
70 years old and he's commenting on Nux memes channel.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, what else do we have to say? Or can I go eat my drumsticks?
Your drumstick ice cream? Oh, chicken.
No,
Disgusting.
chicken.
All right. I want ice cream
What
now
the
that you
fuck?
said that. All right. I think
I
that's going to
kinda
wrap it up. That's our little weekly rundown, I believe. Anything
I
else you
think
want to
this
add?
was the yappiest episode we've ever done.
You know what? I way prefer when we just yap. You guys can let us know
I
what
do.
you think, but I love
Yeah.
when we just talk.
Pacific Perspective heads, leave a comment down below. Do
Like and
you like this
subscribe.
conversation style, or would you rather us stick to the script, be professional, and give our opinions? Nobody wants that.
Professional. I don't know. I don't know about professional, but
I think the conversation. I liked the conversation. It was fun.
yeah.
It was a good conversation.
Yeah. All right. You guys can let us know. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We will see you guys next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.